This morning's guest can open his home to 600 people, and he'll do it with a smile. Who is he? You'll meet him coming up next on Carolina People. Good morning. Welcome to Carolina People. This morning we're at the Reflections Bar at the Marina Inn at Grand Dunes, home of the 8th annual Winter Gala for the Conway Medical Center Foundation. We're focused on the inn, and we're visiting with its Vice President, Axel Suray. Good morning, Axel.
Good morning, Greg.
Thank you so much for hosting us this morning and all week, kicking off the week with Jessica Sasser, and I think the CEO of the Medical Center, Phil Clayton, will be with us here tomorrow. Very exciting.
Well, and I'm delighted to be with you this morning.
Absolutely. What about this Reflections Bar? I guess you know every nook and cranny of the entire facility, don't you?
I do, and I know what's behind the nooks and crannies too. I've been here for over 2 years, and of course I was here doing the construction.
Right.
So I saw it before the walls were closed up, and I'm just tickled pink. It's a great building.
You joined the Burrs and Chapin Company before the inn actually opened.
Correct, yeah. I came in actually in January, and just about on my 2-year anniversary.
Right at your 2-year anniversary. Wow,
yes.
How exciting, yeah.
And it's been a wonderful journey, yeah.
Very definitely. It's amazing. For viewers who may not have been to the inn or actually visited, if you were given directions or given an idea of where it's located, what's the easiest way, either from the airport or otherwise?
Well, from the airport, travel north on bypass 17, and we are just behind 82nd Street. And as a matter of fact, as you come up, you can't miss us.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful building on your left, and it stands out. And just drive on in. It's open to the public, and come and visit us. You'll like it.
That's right. You'd almost think it's not open to the public when you
Right.
pull up. It's so beautiful. And of course, a lot of folks are familiar with the Carolina Opry. Our viewers in the PD and southeastern North Carolina, you're not far from the Carolina Opry and Dixie Stampede. As you say, really between 82nd Parkway and the Carolina Opry area.
Right.
You were the entrance to the Grand Dunes.
There you go.
Right.
And we're adjacent to the marina and the waterway. And
Yes.
It's a beautiful setting.
How about that Ruth's Chris that's going to be opening pretty soon? That's a pretty exciting neighbor to have here.
Absolutely. We are excited. They're going to open, I think, the middle of March is the target date.
That's great.
We just think it's going to be a great addition to the Marina Inn.
And the marina itself, are you a water fan, Axel?
I am.
You like the water?
You probably heard something about me. Yes, I love the water. I love to go walking by the water. I love to be in the water. And that's what makes Myrtle Beach such a perfect spot for me.
It is. Yeah. It is. Absolutely. Did you ever imagine when you started in the hospitality and this industry, caring for others, that you would end up on the Grand Strand?
No.
Never, oh, wow.
But
good.
I'm happy.
We'll get you on the spot.
I am really... Actually, it never really dawned on me that I would come to the South, really.
Right.
And, but it's such a wonderful experience, and I love it here. And, as you probably know from my resume, I was in Colonial Williamsburg for about 6 years. And when I left Colonial Williamsburg to open a new company in Washington, D.C., while I enjoy the nation's capital, I think it's a great spot.
Right.
But it's the hustle and bustle. And so when Burrs and Chapin asked me to come to Myrtle Beach, that was really a win-win.
Right.
It was an easy decision to make. My wife and I just said, well, when do you want us to be there? So.
And you've been at some big facilities, reading about you there in Los Angeles and Asia for a long time. But real quick about yourself, are you originally from the States?
You can probably
You've got
tell
a little
by
bit
my
of an accent. There are a lot of accents on the Strand.
I was born and raised in Germany, educated in Germany, and spent some time in Switzerland and Italy, and then spent about 15 years in Asia.
15 years in Asia right after leaving Germany.
Correct. And spent some time in Thailand, in South Korea, Hong Kong, Philippines, and then, boy, this goes back a long way.
Sorry to date you.
No, it's just Westin Hotels.
Westin.
And I spent 15 years with Westin Hotel, which is
that
now
right?
known as Starwood Hotel. Came into South Korea and bought out a hotel company that I was working for at the time. And then actually, Westin asked me to come to the United States.
Great.
And I came with my wife and daughter, and we opened actually a hotel in Denver, Colorado.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, it's pretty easy to fall in love with Colorado. Skiing, the mountains, and that was it. And we stayed.
Were there any Any key aspects of the Weston and working with the Weston family that really stick out in your mind that helped you become what you are today?
Well, Weston, when I joined them, was very much a luxury diamond type company.
Across the board.
And that really has been my background ever since my training days in Europe. And so that was really a good fit for me, and I enjoyed the affiliation, and I enjoy the diamond, the service aspects. I'm a great believer that really, in the end, it's really about the interaction between our staff and the guest and the service that's being rendered. And in my mind, that is always the winner. And you know, we are really in the business of creating memorable occasions.
Good, yeah.
And really, when you think about it, now, there are certainly buildings that stand out that you want to go back and things.
Right.
But really, when you think back, it's really your interaction with other people, you know, where you really had a good time and somebody took care of you either. And, you know, I remember things like we have people in hotels that sometimes get taken ill.
That sometimes get what?
Taken ill.
Taken ill, yeah,
have a cold or something, nothing serious. And we send up hot chicken soup.
Oh, yeah.
And people just sort of remember it and say, wow, that was unexpected, it was incredible, helped me get better, and it's wonderful.
Yeah, that's even here at the Marina Inn.
Of course, you know, we really go
This is out of Axel's head, this is
all the time.
Right. How exciting. Do you remember the first property you said you're training in Europe at obviously working in luxury hotels there in Europe? What was that training? Do you remember the first property and what it was about it that said, this is a career I want to make? I mean, obviously, I assume you had multiple opportunities of going into at an early age, but what was it about that first property that said, this is what I want to do? Or was it not? Or was it something else?
There's some real memories here now.
Yeah,
and,
sure.
I do remember it. Actually, it was in Switzerland, in Zermatt, which is a mountain resort. And, and really, what springs to my mind was when I first arrived, said, do this, do that, do this better, this isn't clean enough. Smile. Be happy.
Show those teeth.
And you know, I guess in the beginning it was really kind of hard and difficult. But you sort of get into that mold, and the feedback, the customer feedback, I think constantly reinforces that behavior. Customer likes it. You get good feedback. You say, oh, this is a good thing. You do more of it. You get more feedback, and you know, before you know it, you sort of say, well, I think I fit into this. This is what I want to do. And for me, it was a really, you know, it was a great thing.
Any mentors that really stick out in your mind over those years, whether they're in Switzerland or in Thailand or in other parts of Asia, some man or woman who said, you know, in doing just that, clean up, do that, do it differently, or on another global scale, anyone that really sticks out?
Actually, I've been very fortunate in my life to have had a couple of great mentors, you know. When I was ready to jump off the train and said, oh, it's enough, people said, nah, look, you're on the right path. You just got to give it a little more time. Stick with it. Do this, do that. Been very, very fortunate. And as a matter of fact, to this day, I talk to some of my mentors.
Is that right? Good.
Yeah, and of course, you know, now they take
encourage them to come visit you.
I always encourage them to come visit me because I'm so proud to be here. And
you've got to be.
So happy to be.
Is your wife or daughter in the same industry, Axel?
No, actually, my wife is in accounting.
She's an accountant. Good. So she helps you stay on top of it.
Yeah, she helps me to make sure I cross the T's and dot the I's.
Very nice. Very nice. Yes.
And my daughter still is going to university, studying medicine. Actually, she is in Williamsburg still. So
is that right? She stayed up in
there
Virginia
to finish her studies, and but you know, she comes down on a pretty regular basis. So happy to always
enjoy to visit Dad down here. Mom and Dad, excuse me, come see you all down here. How exciting! In right at 2 years now, and of course to see the Marina Inn opened in, is it November of 06?
That's correct.
06, okay. And of course Jessica Sasser was with us early in the week and highlighted this was the Winter Gala here last January. It was one of the first big events. It helped really kick off y'all's successful entree leading into last summer's big season, I'm sure.
It was definitely, it was one of the big first events that we hosted. And I look back at it thinking, wow, we pulled it off. Because, the first big event we had was actually B Square, which was the opening night.
Oh, yeah.
And boy, there was a lot of rallying around going on.
Oh, yeah, a lot of locals there as well, sure.
It was wonderful, though. And then, of course, we had New Year's Eve. We always do a big party, and you know, we hope that the local community always joins us, as they did this past year and the year before. And then the hospital event. and that was a huge success.
Yeah.
And well, it was all hands on deck. I mean,
Right.
we needed all of our hands, and
yeah.
everybody rose to the occasion. And I know it was a huge success, and it's nice to host them again here.
The summer season really, I mean, the season really gets heavy about when, Axel, and it slowed down a little bit. Obviously, right now it's a wonderful time, and last Thursday with all of the presidential candidates in the area, and a lot of folks, I'm sure, flooding the hotel. I'm just glad we weren't here last week. It would have been a madhouse in here.
You should have been here.
Yeah.
It was wonderful.
Really? Yeah, I bet.
The season for us really breaks down into several different parts. And
Okay.
like this time of year, we do a lot of group business, corporate groups, associations. And then we start next month in February, March, April, we'll do a lot of golfing groups. And then come the summer months, of course, we do a lot of families and things, for the beach. And then we go back into the group business.
So the inn is already staying busy on a regular basis.
Actually, we're very fortunate. And the customer support and feedback has really been phenomenal.
Really? Yeah.
You know Myrtle Beach better than I do. And Myrtle Beach, I think, is a great destination.
Yeah, of course.
Lots and lots of things to do, from Brook Green Gardens to
Absolutely.
Broadway on the beach.
Right.
I mean, everybody knows the Strand. 50 miles of pure white sands. It's a beautiful spot. So come here and you're going to have a good time. And I think there is a lot of people that really appreciate Myrtle Beach.
Very definitely. Beginning to end. That's right. And of course, we hear oftentimes about the AAA 4-diamond rating, of which you, the Marriott over there, the Grand Dunes, one of your sister properties, I guess, and of course the Cypress Inn in Conway. Are you all the only 3 here in the county?
Correct. Yeah.
With that 4-diamond status. What does it take to get that? For viewers who may not be familiar in the significance of that, I think you shared off camera that it's a lot more than just AAA or Mobile or anyone else. It's a lot more than that. But share with viewers, give them a sense of what it took to attain the 4-diamond status.
It really takes a lot of effort on behalf of every one of our team members.
Right.
Really, there can be no shortcomings at any time. There are some criteria that you have to have, like 24-hour room service. You can't close the front door at midnight and say, here's a key. I mean, service is a 24-hour, 7-day-a-week thing.
So if I pulled up to the front after midnight, or any of the side doors even, it's ready. Wow.
Right. Well, some of the side doors we close off for security reasons.
Just come into the front, right.
We really, there's the service part that we balance with the security for our guests. And
Good point.
To make sure that they're all in sync.
Yeah.
But those are some of the things. You need a restaurant on site. You need heating, cooling, air conditioning. You need, somebody answering the phone.
Right.
But really, those are the hard amenities.
Right.
Helps to have a golf course. It helps to have a nice view. It helps to have
Sure.
the
And
marina
that we
in
do.
the background.
Wow. Right here, it's
the
magnificent.
pool. You need a health facility.
Yeah.
So, but that was really all a given. We knew that when we designed the building that we would have all these things.
Sure.
But then really come the service component. There you can answer the phone and you can answer the phone. You can be gruff or you can be friendly.
Right.
And we really ask all of our people to put a smile in their voice, even when they're on the phone, because I think it really does come about. And then it becomes a training issue to really provide the service, no holds barred. I mean, it's not some of the time, it's not about when we feel like it is all the time. And when we leave the heart of the house and we come on stage, we are on stage. And when you are the customer...
This is all your folks, Axel. This isn't just Axel,
No,
not just Merrill, who we met earlier.
Everybody. Everybody.
Wow.